Hey guys, so today's video is a mini-tea of things happening on the internet, including YouTube and TikTok. Talking about TikTok, follow me on there. I do quick drama recaps if you want little quick pieces of tea. Also Instagram, my puppy's Instagram, along with my beauty channel will all be in description, so you can do all of that. Subscribe, hit that bell, like, comment for engagement, or you will leave the house and when you're down the street you'll remember that you forgot your mask and you have to turn back around and go grab your mask. Like the responsible person you are, unless your country doesn't do the mask thing anymore, then you will leave the house in a mask and realize you don't need it. That's not as inconvenient, but it's still funny. So Addison Rae. Let's just quickly recap what happened. So Addison Rae and Bryce Hall have been dating on and off for a few months, and there's been some rumors about him cheating on her recently when he went to Vegas to get married to his friend. Right, okay, so there were some text messages that came out allegedly of the girl that slept with him twice in Vegas. There were some people coming out saying, it's not me, it's them, it's not me, it's them. And then there was, you know, Hollywood Fix and Kevin Wong following Addison around and Bryce, and both of them getting quite frustrated with the lack of privacy during this situation. Addison has posted on her Instagram stories that she will be handling this offline, but she has been tweeting a few things here and there. There are new tweets since then, saying things like, what more can I say? I'm happy. I'll always answer when you call, even if I have no time at all. Love you forever. Okay, I take it back. Every feeling I have is valid in its own way. And that's a quote tweet to, I'm such a recklessly emotional person. Why am I like this? Feeling misunderstood is one of my top 2 worst feelings. So there is a lot happening there. Quite clearly she's upset. Like that's quite obvious. She also said, thank you to the person who just paid for my in and out. I love you. Which is kind of funny because Bryce bought Tanner and her friend shots and flowers when he saw them at a restaurant. So Addison's like, wow, thanks to whoever paid for my in and out. I might have not gotten shots and flowers, but I got in and out for free, and I think that's much better. Do you think about me? 11/11. She's been tweeting 11/11 a lot, which is like the time they're supposed to make a wish. That's kind of like on the tweet front. Bryce tweeted out this picture of him just throwing up a middle finger. Sure. Then we also have rumors of Bryce hitting Addison, so that was a whole different situation. I went on his TikTok account and all of the comments were like, why are you slapping Addison? Why are you hitting Addison? For a second, I thought I was losing my mind. I was like, what is happening? Turns out this video of the Hollywood Fix I'm going to play right now that we already spoke about.
Hi, Addison. What's up, Bryce?
Hey. This is the evening where he bought Tanner and her friend Josie shots and flowers, but Addison pulled up with Dixie in her Tesla, and he walks up to Addison and he like pats her on the back and he goes, I'll handle it. That's kind of what that gesture looked like to me. It was she comes out the car, Hollywood Fix goes crazy and starts filming her. He pats her on the back and goes, that to me is, I'll handle it. And then he walks up to Hollywood Fix and tells them, stop filming us. People were like, he hit her. He slapped her. You can't be serious. You can't be serious. But this is what you call a slap. A hit. It's like when people accused Charlie D'Amelio's parents of hitting her for jokes, for funsies, because her mum grabbed her arm. Have you never been grabbed by your mum on the arm when you're misbehaving in public and she's like, don't embarrass me right now? I swear, I'm starting to sound really old when I say this, but this generation really, you guys did not live the life that we all lived. It's just, I don't really understand what's happening here. But then we have Fletcher, the guy behind Hollywood Fix, who did an interview recently where he said some kind of insensitive things. So like, he was recently called out by Charlie Puth and a few other people for basically following Addison around and filming her while she's crying after just being cheated on by her boyfriend. We saw how things like this end up, right? Britney Spears was 15 when she started her career, and by the time she was 18, paparazzi were ruining her life. And this is where we are right now with documentaries about Britney Spears and everything that's happening with her right now. Princess Diana, I'm not comparing Addison Rae to Princess Diana, but like the paparazzi were chasing her in a tunnel and she died. Like, we have so many situations where paparazzi just ruin people's lives, right? And then we have this barely adult Addison Rae who just got cheated on by her boyfriend, and they're filming her crying in her car. So Charlie Puth and a few other people are like, are we not seeing the cycle repeating itself time and time again with these celebrities, these new up-and-coming stars, these like teenagers being harassed by grown men? I understand this is their job. And even Charlie Puth said this. He was like, I understand this is a job. I understand when it's respectful. Oh, hey, the fans want to know. But when someone's crying and going, I really don't want to talk about this right now, and you continue to push them time and time again, and then you invade their privacy by still continuing to film them when they're already in their car, in their private space, things are starting to go a little bit fast. Anyway, he was on an interview and they mentioned this criticism to him, and he goes, well, it's my job. Like, if you don't want to deal with it, don't be famous then. And it's like, that argument is the dumbest thing in the world. I mean, recently with the Meghan Markle interview that happened with Oprah, I'm not going to go over all of that. If you want to watch it, it was great. But she said something in a clip that was unreleased and it was released the next day, where she said people constantly tell famous people that they have no right to privacy. And she's like, we picked and chose what we wanted to show you. Doesn't mean you get to see more than we want you to see. And she gave a great analogy of being at work in like an office, right? Let's say you're like a lawyer and you put your kid's picture in a frame on your desk, and a colleague walks up to you and is like, oh my god, that's such a cute kid, can I see more? And you go, well, no, this is the one picture I want you to see. And then, no, open your camera roll and show me more pictures of your kid. And you're, no, just because I showed you this picture doesn't mean I want you to see every other aspect of my child. And then they stand outside your house and film into your house just to see your kid. Like, you consented to this one piece of privacy being lost, not all the rest of it. This doesn't constitute all the rest of it, right? So I think there are like some boundaries there that need to not be overstepped. Everyone deserves a little bit of privacy, right? And Fletcher's just like, well, they're famous. It's like, what do you expect me to do? They're famous. I can invade their privacy all I want. Fletcher's trying to really annoy me. I don't know, just a little bit icky. And then he actually says something else, and he's like, you know, about the cheating scandal. He goes, well, they're not exactly the most faithful couple in LA. And he goes, well, he's been seen, you know, cozying up to Tessa Brooks while they were in a relationship. And some people are conflicted on that. So there is a video I'm gonna play now. Of Bryce and Tessa getting really cozy, and some people are saying that was when they were not dating, like when Addison and Bryce were not dating, but some people are saying that's when they were dating and he was very cozy with someone. So Fletcher's saying that was during a dating phase. I don't know, but he's saying that they're not the most faithful, and by they I think he means Bryce. So this seems to be like an ongoing issue in their relationship, if that's true. So that's all the Addison stuff. Let's get further on. Tana Mojo. She's recently been selling chains for $100, and they look oddly similar to Vivienne Westwood necklaces that everyone's buying. There's like pearl ones and choker ones and long ones, but they all have that same logo that Vivienne Westwood uses on like the stuff. And some people started calling Tana Mojo out for the cross on the chain for being controversial. Now, I don't actually know much behind the history of that, but some people are saying, yep, that's controversial, shouldn't be on the necklace. Some people are saying, you're completely wrong, there is nothing controversial about it. The issue isn't the cross, it's the copying of a different brand for not much less money. So there's two sides of it. You have to let me know what you think. I think this is supposed to be a dupe for Vivienne Westwood necklaces, except the price isn't much less. Like, I think Vivienne Westwood necklaces are like $200 to $300. Hers is $100, and it's probably not great metals, it's probably not great quality. She's just selling it because it's like, here's a new thing I'm selling, everyone's gonna buy it, and everyone did buy it. It's sold out, and she's gonna be restocking it. I just don't get how she still manages to sell stuff. James Charles, right? So James Charles actually liked a tweet of someone defending him. So he apologized for messaging young boys in an inappropriate manner. So he apologized, and to me that's like, I messed up, I'm really sorry, let's move on. Instead of moving on, he then goes and likes a tweet of someone basically debunking the guys, and it's like, why would you apologize and then go, but they're actually in the wrong? I said sorry, but they're actually in the wrong. It's like, what are you apologizing for then? If you think they're in the wrong, then why did you say sorry? Because if you thought they were in the wrong, you wouldn't have anything to apologize for. But you apologize, and now you're saying they're in the wrong, which to me just makes no sense. But anyway, he liked a tweet saying, at James Charles, please help me get this out. Oh, let me zoom in again because not wearing glasses again. Didn't think I'd be saying something, but this James Charles scandal has gone too far. For once, I'm on James' side because about 2 years ago I spoke to the same guy, Isaiah, who's from Palm Beach, Florida. He added me randomly off of Snapchat one day, and like a regular person I slid on his story and asked who he was. He never replied until later that night and sending explicit photos of him in the shower. I told him to chill because I didn't know him, and he proceeded to send pictures saying he was drunk and acting crazy that night like any person. I had asked for his age and he said he was 17. So me being 17 as well, I thought nothing of it, and we continued to snap that night. It lasted around 3 months, and he would always use the same excuse that he was drunk or high every time he'd send me pictures. And after that, while he posted on his story wishing happy birthday to his friend who had just turned 15, I got suspicious because who would be friends with someone that much younger than them? And I changed my Snapchat user and messaged him and asked for his age again, and he admitted to being 14. So I ignored him and didn't speak to him ever again. But he would constantly send me snaps and messages, and I asked him after a while, why did he lie about his age? And he never responded. He chose to unadd me, and it was crazy because he does this all the time. Many people have seen some of my videos or comments and have spoken up that he has private stories where he claims so many men message him and he's baiting them, and people from his school have gone through the same experience as well with him. And it's not James' fault. This man lies way too much. His age wasn't in his bio at all whatsoever. About 4 days ago when he came on my For You page, which was around the same time he was messaging his friend and James at the same time. He set up James, and it's scary that people don't believe James. I wish there was some punctuation in that essay because I was not following along too well. First of all, source. Trust me. If you claim you have all these messages, at least show the messages that you had with this guy. To me, this is just like a, well, trust me, I'm not lying. Because at least the guys that were coming out against James had proof. They had the messages. Whether they lied about their age or not, they had messages, they had the proof. There is no proof here. I don't know, whatever, you know, James already apologized. So why is he liking something saying, oh my god, it's not my fault, when he already apologized? It's like, once you apologize, that's it. Let's just keep it moving for now. Oh, I asked you guys to find me the video of Larray saying that he doesn't hang out with James, well, that he didn't hang out with James recently, but then people found out that he was filming TikToks with him 6 days prior, and you guys found it for me. The links were all in held for review, and I went through them, and that was the exact video that I was talking about. It's some new like paparazzi guy. I'm so happy that it wasn't a dream that I just made up, like just random drama in my head. So here's the video of Larray being asked about James Charles and the scandal, and basically just panicking and being like, oh yeah, I haven't hung out with him recently.
Hey Larray, so I have a quick question for you.
Oh shit, here
I know. What do you think about the whole like James Charles situation?
Well, I don't think about it. It's none of my business. I honestly couldn't tell you. Haven't talked to James in a while.
He also liked a shady tweet about James and unliked it, and he was like, oh, that was an accident. Then we have Chipotle. So James Charles did a sponsorship with Chipotle because they just came out with a collaboration, like a makeup collab with the brand e.l.f. And James Charles did a whole video basically reviewing the makeup, and it's sponsored. And Ethan Klein tweets out saying, does Chipotle tweets know that they are sponsoring a known? Yes, to answer your question, I am trying to cancel James Charles. He of all people is completely deserving of it after admitting to exchanging with a 16-year-old. This is a pattern of behavior that should land him in prison, not collaborating with Chipotle. And some people had an issue with that, saying the more you call out sponsorships, the less sponsorships we as YouTubers will get. So that's basically the argument. I think Keemstar made that argument, and a few other people said it, where it's like, stop going after people's sponsors. Go after the person, and once they lose relevancy, brands won't sponsor them, but don't get the sponsors involved in the drama, because they'll just be like, oh, well, YouTubers are problematic, we're just gonna leave YouTubers and go to like actual celebrities. And then that cuts the money for the rest of us. That's kind of what happened with Apocalypse, right? With PewDiePie and a few other things coming out at the time. Advertisers saw a few headlines, didn't read into the articles or didn't read into the story, didn't research anything, and they just said we're pulling the money, and everyone's CPM got cut by like 10, everyone's earnings were 10 times less, and everyone had to rely on sponsorships and Patreon to survive on YouTube. So I see where Keemstar's coming from. It's like, don't get the brands involved because they're not so understanding. They won't like research it. They'll just see a little like tweet and be like, oh, we don't want to be involved in this, bye guys, and they'll just cut sponsorships with everyone. But at the same time, I do think James should be held accountable. So it's like, where do you find the balance of accountability but not messing it up for everyone else, you know? So like, it's tough, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. And the last story for today is Nikita Dragon. So she recently was caught going to a party for her MTV season renewal, and she was wearing this like tiny plastic mask that she took off when she walked up to the paparazzi and then just held her fingers here as if that's going to stop anything.
Yes, Nikita looking bomb tonight. Showing up for season 2 of Unfiltered.
It's crazy. Can you believe it?
I know. I'm so excited. Now, is season 2 going to be crazier than the first one?
I mean, I think so. Absolutely. I mean, my life has gotten a little crazier. You weren't in season 2, but look, you're in season 2 now.
Oh.
I'm just like to really lose my mind. And I'm going to end on that note before I get really angry. So if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up, comment down below anything you want to comment down below, and subscribe because I post videos every time something happens. Hit that bell if you're notified when that's happening. Social media links, any other links in the description. I'll see you in my next one. Bye guys.